Hello friends, welcome to my channel in my education made easy. In our previous video, we have seen how to create a function. So complete functions we have discussed in our previous video where we have seen with creating a function and how to call a function, then what are arguments, how to call the function with the help of arguments, and then how to write shorthand of arguments. We have seen it, and also we have discussed about arbitrary arguments, and then we have moved towards keyword arguments, then arbitrary keyword arguments, and then how to give a default parameter, how to fetch default values and parameters, and passing a list as an argument. These are the things we have discussed in our previous session. Now we'll be discussing about lambda functions. Okay, lambda function is a small autonomous anonymous function, you can say it as. A lambda function can take any number of arguments but can only have one expression. We need to remember that one expression it can have, and as well as it can have any number of arguments. So number of arguments, you can have many number of arguments, but whereas you should have a single expression. So here it is the syntax for a lambda function. So here lambda followed by arguments and then followed by an expression. In between we need to specify a colon. So here let us see some sort of examples. So here I'm going to define x as lambda. Okay, so a I'm going to take it as, so here this is a is argument, and here I'm going to give an expression of a plus 10. So this is what the syntax. According to the syntax, I have written the value of x as this one. So here if I go with the print of 5, so argument value I'm going to give 5. Okay, so x of 5 I'm going to give. Okay, so here this is how I'm going to call this lambda functions. So here in this x function you are going to substitute value of a as 5. This is what it represents. So here if you backspace it, you'll be able to see suggestion that you need to give x as variable. Some variable we need to give as a input. Sorry, some value for a you need to give. For that I'm going to give let me say 10, so that it will give an output of 20. Why? Because so here the function is lambda and a is an argument. So whenever you pass an argument value, it will go and sit over this expression, and you will be redirected to this one as an expression, so that you will be getting a value as 10, so that a plus 10 will be giving you 20. So as we have given 10, a will be taking as 10. Lambda function can take any number of arguments. So this is what we have discussed. So for that purpose I will be going with another lambda function. So here I'm going to define x as a lambda function of, so here I'm going to go with two arguments. So here I'm defining a and b, then I'm going with a colon according to the syntax. So here I want to multiply a with respect to b, so that I'll be completing this function. So here I'm going to print y. So here in this y function I'm going to give values of a and b I need to give. So here I'm going to give a as 10 and b as 20. Okay, so here if I run it again, then I'll be able to see 200, which is an output for second print statement. Similarly, now we'll go with C2. Okay, so here I'm going with C, another argument I'm going to go with. So here I'm adding with respect to C. So here it will ask for C value. Okay, A, B are completed, so C got highlighted. So here I'm going to add 20 again. So C value, okay, let me change to 30, so that you will be able to see the difference. So here it got 230. So first it multiplied A and B, and then it went to the addition of C, right? So 30. So A into B, 20 into 10, 200 plus 30, 230 as an output it gave. So why we are going to use this lambda function, we need to know, right? The power of lambda is better shown when you use them as an anonymous functions inside another function. Okay, let us say we are having a function definition that takes one argument, and that argument will be multiplied with the other unknown number. Okay, for this function, for these things, we are going to use these things. So we'll go with that example too, so that we'll be having a clear idea about it. So here I'm going to define a function as we have seen in our previous video, function which is of n argument, and then here I'm going to return lambda function. So a is to so here expression I'm going to give it as a into n, sorry, it's n, and then I'm going to use um, my doubler as a variable. So the value is my function of 2. This is what n value I'm going to give it as. I'm calling my function, and then the argument I'm going to give as 2 over here, and then here I'm going to print my doubler of 11. Okay, so here if I run it, I'll be able to see 22 as an output. So here inside a function we can define it. So here inside a function of n, I'm going to use a argument a, and whereas in function I'm going to use n as an argument. So here inside a function we can use it these things. So we can use the function to make a function that always doubles the number you sent in this function. So here you can understand that why you are going to use this lambda function. So right. So here when we have it is shown when we use them as an anonymous function inside another function. So here this is lambda is an anonymous function, and we are going to use this anonymous function inside a defined function. Okay, for this purpose we are going to use these things. Okay, so then similarly, we can use it for tripler. So here I doubled the value by using my function, and then we can use this for tripler also. Okay. So next we'll be moving towards now we'll be moving towards Python arrays. Python does not have any inbuilt support for arrays, but Python uses list, so this can be used instead of that thing. So the in this video we are going to use list as arrays. However, in order to work with arrays in Python, we need to import a library like NumPy library. So how to install NumPy also I'll be going through with that in our upcoming videos. As of now, we'll be seeing with this list. Okay. So arrays are used to store multiple values in one variable. So here instead of arrays, we are going to use this list. Okay. So once if we install this NumPy, then we'll go in detail about this arrays. Okay. So here we are going to create an array. So here I'm going to use subjects. So subjects I'm going to give. So here in this I'm going to define math. Then I'm going with physics. Then I'm going with chemistry. So here I created a list. Okay. So here I'm going to print this one. Print of subject only, will give it subject. Okay, subj. Okay, so here if we run it, we'll be able to see a list. So before going to execute anything on this, we need to know what is an array, right? An array is a special variable which can hold more than one value at a time. If we have a list of items, a list of car names, or a list of subjects, storing the subjects in a single variable could look like so here subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. This is how it look like. However, if we want to loop through these subjects and find a specific one, and what if you had not third subjects, but if we are having 100 subjects, like as you go on with in each course, we will be having minimum of 100 subjects. The solution is an array. An array can hold many values under a single name, and you can access the values by referring to an index number. So accessing the elements of an array can be of very easy. So here for that you need to use with the help of index numbers, you can call it. So here 0 represents first element, and similarly 1 represents second element, and so on. So here if you are having n number of items also, you will be able to call them with the help of these index numbers. Okay, so how do we find n length of an array? Similarly, as usual, we used to take len for finding the length of an array. So here already we are having this thing. So if we go with this, we can see that. So here looping through an array is also very easy. So for every element, sorry, for every element in an array, so here array is subject, print each element. This is how we need to remember. If not, we'll get confused what is x and why we got x like that. So here if we run it, so here we'll be able to see that math, physics and chemistry will be called, right? And then how to add some other elements to arrays. So here we can use the method called append, and we can add an element to this array. So here for that purpose we can go with uh, subject dot append. Append means adding. So one more subject I want to add. So here math, physics, chemistry, and then biology I want to add. Okay, biology I want to add to it, so that I'll be able to see it. So now after adding how this array has changed, in order to see it, we need to go with print statement again. So here if I run it, biology has been added at the last. So whenever you use the element append, it will add at last. So in first print statement of this arrays, you will not be able to see the added element biology, whereas after appending some element to the array, we can see biology has been added. Okay, so now we have added something. Now we'll go with how to remove it. So we are having a special method called a pop. So here if we go with pop off, we'll be able to remove elements. Okay, so here um, we can remove these things with the help of index number 2. Okay, so here I want to remove index element which is having index number 0. So how to use subject dot pop of 0. This is what the syntax for removing. So here if I go with, sorry, I got this one. Okay, so we'll go with 1. We'll see what happens. Okay, so here we are not printing the thing, right? So print of subject. Okay, right. Now if we see, we'll be able to see that second element, that is which is having index number 1, will be removed. That is physics has been removed. So here if we go with 0, now we'll be able to see that first element has been removed. And we can also use a remove method to remove an element from an array. So in order to use that, simply we can go with, instead of pop, we can go with subject dot remove of whichever element you want to remove. We need to enter it. So here I'm going with chemistry. Chemistry, I want to remove it from this. So here if I run it, so chemistry will not be present in this list. Okay, so there are many methods in arrays. So Python has a set of inbuilt methods that we can use on list of arrays. That is, example we have seen that append. So similarly, we are having clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse, sort. These are the set of things we are having in this arrays. Okay, so here, and with this, we'll be winding up the video. In our next class, we'll be going to look after with Python classes and objects. So what are classes and objects? These things we'll be discussing, and we'll be covering these things. Okay, as of now, I'll say goodbye. If you like the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.